Are you looking for training alternatives for your Glock?
We may just have the solution for you. We're coming in hot and heavy, bringing it straight to you from Port City Podcast.
Straight from the underground, dude.
3, 2, 1. We're here. We're live. We're back. Same setup.
Same setup.
Maybe we'll stay. Who knows?
Dude, hey, I kind of dig it. Feels homely.
Well, we are making some adjustments to the Port City Podcast.
We are.
In location, because I recently moved, and we're just experimenting with what we can do here.
Wait. Dude, you smell married.
I do. I do smell married. I don't have my ring on, though, because I'm scared.
Because he's still looking to mingle.
I'm scared to lose it, dude. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose it.
You do have one. Oh, is it like the nice, you got your, because you showed me one, right?
So the one that I've been wearing is my father's from his ceremony, because mine's getting custom made to match the one I got for her.
Okay, nice.
So anyways, I'm so terrified to lose that ring that if I don't have to go outside, it stays in one place, safe and secure. But
right in the sink.
Anyways, thank you guys for being here with us as we are transitioning to the new setup. Let us know what you think about it compared to the old one. I personally like this more. These chairs are more comfortable.
Yeah, way.
We have
more
a little
comfy.
more space. We're not
not
almost smooching.
touching knees, dude.
Yeah, so it feels good.
And we can put all our stuff.
And we got cool stuff for you all up in here, dude. We got all our things. Give us one of those.
Oh, one of these?
Yeah, give us one of those. So good.
So nice.
I mounted that onto my RPK.
I had to take it off of the RPK.
Because whenever I go out into the woods area at our field,
it makes them so mad.
Bipod, proned out near a bush, just full auto.
Dude,
and
legs at a 90-degree angle.
Every time every time I get a kill, and you just hear people just so mad because they don't see me. They just know.
They just know.
But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today.
No.
What we're talking about today, why don't you give them the rundown here of what we kind of not discovered, but what we've been looking into.
Well, so this all started when we stumbled upon, I think it was an Instagram post, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Evike posted it.
Evike posted something about, it didn't specify who made it, but they were showcasing a new licensed, a new Glock licensed. It was a Glock 19, I think.
17, I think.
Was it a 17?
I thought so. Might have been a 19.
They're very similar. I don't know. It's they're both 9mm, so it is whatever. Now someone might get mad at me. I don't really know, but as far as I know, it's basically the same pistol.
We're gonna get hate mail.
We're gonna get hate mail anyway. But they were showcasing a licensed one of those two models of Glock, but it was an Airsoft replica that was designed to be as close to the real thing as possible. So I think it was like it even the piston was like tuned in a way to simulate the actual recoil of.
Yeah, it was like 1-to-1 scale, like weighted the same.
And I don't know if you can get the same recoil out of CO2. I imagine so.
Yeah.
If you think about it, right, one CO2 magazine or one green gas magazine, for the most part, 1.5 magazines on a fill, right?
Right.
If
and
you
CO2
could dial,
is going to be a little more.
So
punch.
That's my thing is if it's CO2 and you can kind of tune that up to where it's using a little bit more gas per shot, you might get a little bit closer.
Well, and if you're using it for training purposes, you don't have to get the full 30 rounds or whatever it is. You can, if you get 15 or something.
Well, it said
maybe.
It says I think when we kind of looked when we were doing kind of research on it, it was talking about 14 round capacity.
Yeah.
for the mags. So it's like the whole idea of low cap, like 30 round low cap for training, like gas blowback stuff. Yeah.
That stuff is super interesting, and a lot of the time, people are a little too excited by licensed airsoft stuff. Now, if you're thinking about taking it out to the field for like a just rec game, pickup game on the weekends, not really necessary. I think it's cool. Obviously, people are going to be drooling over anything licensed out in the field. They're going to love it. It's always great. You're going to get cool points, which is part of playing airsoft. But
I think there's a couple of people running like Daniel Defense stuff, and like every time there's a new player out on the field, they're like, "Oh, is that Daniel Defense?"
Yeah,
oh.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but so not always necessary. I think for training purposes, though, if your goal is to use this to train, right? Whether that is in a private setting or if you're wanting to just learn how to maneuver with your real steel gear, the airsoft field is not like a pickup public game on the weekend. Is not the best place, but it's still going to provide you with a little more insight into your setup than dry fire drills. And so I think when it comes down to like, is it worth buying the licensed stuff? It just fully comes down to what your intention is, right? Obviously, you're going to see a little bit more of a price markup because you're getting a real steel company's name on your equipment. And then also, like, you just verify, like, if you're looking for something that is viable for airsoft, make sure that it's going to be up to par with a lot of the other companies that are in the airsoft industry. There's been a wide variety of kind of successes and failures. I feel like we've seen some Daniel Defense stuff that was kind of doo-doo out of the box.
Right. Oh, man.
But then we've also seen some of that newer stuff with the new SEMA gas system that looks very well made.
What I think about is that one that I had that I took to Rev that year.
Yeah.
Falcor Defense and EMG had a license thing that I bought because it looked cool. I think I watched a review or something on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think at the time Evike was running a special and it looked like a good deal. So I bought it and it turned out to be kind of trash.
Yeah.
So it does kind of just depend. And like what you were saying on like whether or not it's worth it, I agree. It does. It's up to you, right? Like, I don't know.
It felt good, right? In the hands, that Falcor Defense felt
and it
solid.
did. And to be honest, my M4, I'll pull it out.
Which is just like a Valken.
This is a Valken M4, but the stock I took off of that blaster and put on here because I loved it. It's super low profile, gave me a really nice cheek weld, especially with the mesh lower that I was running at the time. But when I started running like the one that I have been, which is like the cloth or the padded on the side, does even better. So. But
I think anyone who is into real steel firearms who picks up one of our M4s is going to. I've only had people say, "Wow, this feels like the real thing." Like I would not know if it weren't for some of the more like the orange tip or like some more obvious things with like the mags are a little bit different. But overall, I think you just need to balance what your goal is and how much you're willing to spend. I will say we have pulled up here a couple of different options for Glock training.
Yeah.
On Evike. None of this is sponsored, by the way. We just really wanted to bring some more information about this stuff to you guys. Price-wise, and we'll get into these one by one. I mean, these all seem like just about the same price as any other airsoft pistol on the higher end.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I think we spent like $130 on our Novrich pistols back in the day when we bought them.
I think it was like when I bought mine was like $160.
Okay, sure.
But I think I maybe bought an extra mag. I don't know.
Still, it's like you're gonna spend around that much on anything worth your time. So, you want to introduce the first one we have?
Yeah. So it's the Spartan licensed Glock blowback, and I think that most people are more familiar with the Umarex?
Umarex has the license for a lot of Glocks.
Yeah. I had not really seen much about Spartan. Actually, this was the first time I had actually seen anything.
I've not personally owned any stuff from them. I know that Cybergun and Spartan typically
are kind of
make
similar,
stuff
yeah.
together, but I don't know
Gotcha.
if that is that they're owned by the same parent company,
Right.
or
Or
if they're just partners, or
right.
what. Because a lot of those airsoft companies actually manufacture in the same warehouses,
Right.
and sometimes what they will do is they will open a company in another country with a different name.
And yeah,
And
so like Coke and Fanta.
I guess
You know about that?
Are they the same
Dude,
company?
let me teach you about something right now. Do you want to know how messed up stuff is, dude?
Dude, tell me.
So, World War II, right?
Yeah.
Coke was all over.
Mhm.
Coca-Cola, the company, was all over the place. Germany starts doing its thing, right?
Yeah.
And the United States is like, hey, can't sell to Germany. Well, Coke was like, hey, we still want to sell to Germany. So they send people over and start Fanta. Or they start Fanta, and it's just able to be sold.
Sure.
So that was something so whether or not that is real, that was something that was told to me by a reputable source.
Sure.
That knows like
history stuff.
Well, it's specifically German history.
I got you. Okay. Well,
but it could
interesting. Be the same case, dude. Maybe they opened up a.
I don't think it's that, dude. I don't think it's that.
No, but yeah.
Dude, Elite Force is banned in
certain countries,
in like Serbia.
Yeah, so they opened up a different No, but this is Glock. All of these are Glock licensed. You're gonna get the stamp on there with the Glock logo.
This
You're
has
gonna get some of
all the markings.
Yeah, it looks like a Glock.
It does, and this is the 17. It's the Gen 4 specifically. Interesting thing to note. It does say military only.
Yeah.
Now, if we scroll down
here,
where is it? Yeah, so buyer must be law enforcement, a military, or government agency personnel to purchase this item. An evike.com rep will reach out to you before we ship your order to verify ID if this is your first time ordering. What is that? MIL/LE. Okay. So you have to be police or military or government to purchase this. And this is my thing is it has to be a situation where simulates blowback action of a real firearm, allowing for muscle memory training. Realistic fire controls provide identical. Okay, so compatible with both
green gas.
And agencies that wish to train with an alternative power source.
It's green gas, CO2, 10 gram CO2, and 12 gram CO2 cartridges. Yeah.
Integrated CO2 decompression chamber with consistent FPS output.
Yeah.
I could not imagine. There has to be some rules where you can't actually use this in like a game.
I think it really has to just depend on the FPS, right?
That's so wild. Yeah, I wonder what it does chrono at. Limit? Does it say anything about chrono? I don't think we actually looked at that.
FPS range 330 to 350. That's
a bit high.
It is a bit high, but it's not like unreasonable.
Is there a joules?
No, they usually don't give the joules.
Huh. Oh,
16 plus 1 rounds.
Yeah, there you go.
Very, very realistic training. They have different variety of mags you can get for it.
I wonder if these are proprietary or if you can use any of the like Umarex. Yeah, Elite Force spare magazine. Scroll up right there.
Yep. So it looks like you can get the full-sized mags as well for Airsoft. So this was interesting to me because, we've seen a lot over the last couple years, especially since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
There was a really large shortage of Airsoft equipment for a while because of the fact that there was less being manufactured, imported, exported, and government agencies, police, military, all that, were buying up stock, like full inventories worth to keep at their, at the military base or at the police station or whatever, for training. So they were buying these to put people through training with.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting though now that they have this is
Specific.
good to me because this allows those people to still have training solutions without it kind of inhibiting the access that the airsoft community has.
So then maybe there isn't any difference between. I mean, the FPS range is higher than what we typically see. I feel like, right?
I do feel like there's probably something a little different.
I mean, let's look at the next one, I think, and then we can kind of compare.
So this one is at 179.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
It does look really good.
It looks very, very good.
I own a.
I mean, this.
19?
If you handed this to me,
I think it's real.
As soon as I saw the barrel, I would know.
If you looked down the barrel of the gun.
I just mean like even from right here, you can see it's not threaded. It's just an inner barrel.
But the inner barrel is threaded, or the outer barrel.
No, sorry, I mean like there's no rifling.
There's no rifling. Yeah.
It looks good.
It does look good. It looks very, very similar to.
So.
Oh.
This one is also
Cybergun
and Spartan, but KWC. I'm not familiar with this company. But this is a slightly cheaper version, just a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
I think it's on sale right now. Might be just the thing. But this one also looks good, man.
It does. Now, does it have... I'm sure the orange tip comes off, and it's the...
Maybe.
Same thing underneath.
I mean, this might just be their version with the orange tip and no... Why is it doing that? I'm trying to like zoom in on the... Yeah. It might just be attached. I mean, they may just have that on purpose, you know? Like maybe there's a version that's like, hey, we want to buy these, but we want to not get them mixed up with our service pistol.
Yeah, true. Could you imagine?
Could you imagine you're on the job,
right?
And you draw, and it's like pew pew.
You kick in a door. You just your primary jams or something like that, and you go to draw, and it's just airsoft.
I mean, yeah, horrible scenario.
But
so
then, like, you try to put
up.
a real steel mag in there, and it's just like, oh no, this doesn't work.
Yeah. So this one also
is
available.
for police and military only. So wild.
Same range here. I do think it might be the same pistol, but just oh wow, muzzle velocity max 1.4 joules. So yes, you can bring it out to most fields, but you're gonna have a minimum engagement.
You are shooting hot.
This is your new primary.
Dang.
Yeah.
Magazine 17 rounds compatible with KWC 17, Glock 17 Gen 4 mags only.
Look, they've got the upgraded EMG slide if you want to get real swifty with it.
The T1, the Terran Tactical. Is that what that is?
That's what it looks like.
It looks like it, yeah. Oh, that thing is gorgeous.
Combat Master.
Dude, you know that's for, right? Dude, all those Glock suckers out there, dude. You know what I'm talking about.
All you fiends.
All you fiends. All you Glock
enough.
fiends. Dude, it looks good. It's a good looking pistol, man.
It really is, honestly.
Those Austrians know what they're doing.
Hey man, if you're
look at that little nozzle in there.
Officially licensed product of Glock. You see the little the nozzle in there.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it breaks down very similarly to
most
airsoft
breaks. Most airsoft blasters break down somewhat similar.
But
to
even like the little like bits and bobs with the springs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What did this one looks like? It was running a bit cheaper though, wasn't it? I mean, again, it's only police and military, but it's on sale.
This one's $179. This one at full price is $170.
Yeah, so it's $10 cheaper.
Well, and I think the difference here is that this one has the KWC gas system.
Okay, gotcha.
And this one has the
What
system does it have?
Has the
Does it say
butt
system gas blowback? It just says gas blowback.
Okay.
Might be this, whatever this company is.
Megaforce?
Vega Force?
I don't know.
So, these are for all you military and government agency.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got a package that's the carry package too. So it's got like a inside the waistband and mag pouch?
It has, for you to train with.
Oh no,
It's got a holster.
that's an external, so that's a open carry. It looks like.
Yeah, you throw that on your belt. It looks like. Yeah,
it's very low profile though. It looks good.
I like it.
And 2 mags. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
it's a good deal.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So we do have an alternative here for all of you civilians like ourselves.
Yeah.
And that is the tried and true
Elite Force
Umarex.
Yeah.
Glock perfection.
Dude, Glock perfection.
$119 on price.
Yeah.
Everyone uses this.
Everyone uses it.
Everyone at the field is gonna. Anyone with
either
a Glock
that or a high kappa, right? Like
yeah.
that's your option.
I mean, this is like I feel like most of your 16, 17-year-olds who are getting into airsoft but also really want to get into real steel but can't because they're not quite old enough.
Yeah.
I see a lot of this out there where they're like, I want to get a Glock so bad
I've just been wanting a Glock, but my parents won't get one for me.
Yeah, so this is also a viable training solution. Obviously, we're not going to see the same output on FPS and joules. You're probably not going to get the same recoil.
Hold on now.
300 to 330.
It's not as high, right? Because the other ones were running 320 to 350.
It's close.
It's close, but it's still.
Hey, this one says magazine 14 rounds. This might be a training version that they made, but it is half blowback.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So the half blowback, the reason for that is for your fire rate.
Yes.
So if you think about it, your slide is only kicking back halfway.
Yeah.
So it's cycling faster.
It's just all it needs to do is reset the piston and push a BB up into the chamber.
Coming from someone who has shot real steel.
Oh, it's not even a piston. It's just it needs to reset the nozzle.
But coming from someone who
like the hammer, I guess,
shoots real steel and airsoft in similar fashion of training with the tactical stuff, and you've been out with us a few times now. Right? Or was that your first time?
The Cowboy Day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 17 South, yeah.
Yeah. So, every now and then we'll drive out and make a day out of it. But anyways, I have never felt like airsoft is not adding to my real steel training because I had not shot very much. I was super comfortable with the rifle, but when I turned 21 and I got my carry pistol, I was like, all right, I need to go train with this. And from the get-go, I was already hitting solid groupings, drawing from concealment and drawing from my belt and everything. Like those drills, I was already, and I wasn't super proficient, but I was you
were doing pretty good.
I was doing all right for having never done it. And that is solely because of using airsoft. That muscle memory of drawing from that holster, keeping my hand out of the way, and then getting onto target and putting, 2 or 3 shots downrange.
Absolutely.
You get something out of this. This is definitely a viable option.
Yeah.
And I think, if you're someone who, even if you are police or military and you don't want to have to go through the hassle of, reaching out and trying to buy the limited ones, Umarex is going to be a great option.
Dude, and to be honest with you, if you really think about it, right? So yes, long range airsoft is not really that viable. You get out to 7,500 feet or yards or whatever. You're really not. You kind of all over at that 10 yards, 20 yards, dude. You're pretty good on target. So if you think about it in the context of a CQB training aspect, which is what I feel like a lot of police and military use airsoft for, is shoot houses and stuff for, force on force. That's great because that's a straight line. If you point your muzzle at something, for the most part, if you're within 10 feet, you're going to hit it.
And, a lot of people don't realize this, but airsoft is a little bit more reliable at range than even simunition.
Yeah.
And it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Now, simunition is fun because you get to drop a bolt into your real piece, and
you
like,
actually get to
run.
use your real blaster.
But there's nothing stopping you from building something very similar, if not almost exactly the same.
Absolutely.
Especially if you get licensed stuff in Airsoft.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to train with your Glock, or even if you don't carry a Glock and you just want to train with your regular, real steel, whatever it is, I don't know. What do people carry,
But keys usually.
Yeah.
Like a wallet.
Yeah. Knife. Sword.
What do I have? Do I have my
bayonet.
scissors? No, I've got my knife.
But really, there's a lot of options for just about anything.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, it's that muscle memory. That's what you're training. If you're trying to like train recoil control with Airsoft, there is some stuff there because there is that recoil aspect.
There's a little bit, but yeah.
Nothing really prepares you for firing a real blaster than doing it at the range.
I could see someone who has never shot a real blaster before picking up an Airsoft pistol and getting used to that just for the response of pulling the trigger and it reacting, right? But definitely not. I don't think you're gonna get close unless, like what I was saying, like doing amping up the
the output,
the piston,
the gas,
and all the gas and all that stuff.
You can get it pretty powerful. Those SSP ones kick hard.
Yeah, they really do.
So,
hey,
take what you can from it.
Yeah.
It's a cheap alternative to burning through ammo, especially right now with everything going on overseas. Like they've started limiting ammo production and limiting import and export, unless basically they're just like funneling all the ammo manufacturers towards the military.
Yep.
And it's driven up the price of ammo. So this is the perfect cheap alternative to burning through your ammo at the range.
And you get to do force on force and everybody walks away. Everybody gets up and walks off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have another podcast episode that we did a while back talking more about the use of Airsoft in training, and we'll link that somewhere, wherever it is.
Somewhere over there.
And you guys can watch that if you're interested.
Yeah.
You feel like, is there anything else? Is there anything we didn't add?
Well, there's so much, but I guess nothing that pertains.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll close this out then. If you feeling good?
I feel all right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check back every Friday for more episodes of the Port City Podcast. You can check us out on social media. We're on Instagram and Reddit. Everything can be found down in the description below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if there's someone you know that could benefit from this. But most importantly,
go play Airsoft.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out.